Thanks, everybody. My name is Jay Veal. Um, I am the CEO of Inc. Education and also Black Tutors of Social Media. So 85% of teachers in the classroom are non-minority and white. Over 52% of the students in the seats are minority and will reach over 65% in the next 3 years. Students do not have access to quality, private, prescriptive, and holistic tutoring and education services from those who look like them and talk like them. Thus, we have to close achievement gaps, belief gaps, and opportunity gaps. So the solution is that we provide, or education provides holistic environment of stakeholders to ensure academic and pedagogical success. We have a 95% success rate of our students earning A's and B's in over 50 subjects. We have solid leadership team with about 100 plus tutoring consultants with phenomenal backgrounds and qualifications. We provide back-end support to the end user who is the student, and also have a solid process in place for client intake, tutor assignment, and tracking progress and delivering results. Where we win is we're the only tutoring company that offers tutoring from kinder to doctorate level services. We have a one-stop shop for our tutoring and test prep, academic counseling, resume writing and review, mentoring, literature reviews, homeschooling, ghostwriting services, and workshops. Our tutors are effective and passionate about sharing their knowledge, and our clients get a great all-around 360 experience at the end of the day. Our demographic are learners who are looking for top-tier tutoring services that tailor to their learning styles and deliver content above the national average. Our traction so far, we're revenue generating and have no debt. We're about 30% profit margins on average. We're an over $500,000 company in revenue in 4.5 years in earned revenue. And we've been recently featured in Forbes, Entrepreneur, Business Insider, NBC, and more. And we're currently the #1 African-American owned private tutoring company in the United States, or Southern United States. My ask and need is to either locate a tech co-founder to help build a ed tech solution to help us facilitate things deeper into machine learning and AI for our organization, funding or investment to get the ed tech solution developed, help with crowdfunding for a friends and family round, and develop a web app or app solution with different features. At this point, I want to also announce that I am also developing, and it'll launch next month, the Black Tutors of Social Media, which is the world's first and only directory of Black-owned private tutoring companies with solid results. So that's another additive thing that's coming soon. And my question is, how can you help the mission of Inc. Education and Black Tutors of Social Media in moving forward education for students of color?
Thanks, Jay. Ron, we'll start with you.
So just to be clear, you're starting Black Tutors to promote other Black tutoring organizations that are they competitive with your organization?
So Inc. Education is currently the top Black-owned tutoring organization. However, this is going to be a platform. Black Tutors of Social Media is giving other tutoring companies a avenue, right, and a pathway to have one location where Black tutoring companies can come, or private-owned tutoring companies can come to get people can get services from those Black-owned private tutoring companies. So not necessarily direct competition. However, it's a pipeline pathway in order for others to come to one space to get services, to deliver services for the public.
Yeah, I just so I think you got to figure out: are you going to be a marketplace for these opportunities, or are you going to be one of the people in the marketplace?
So there's two things to the organization. Well, if you're going to hit on the Black Tutors of Social Media side, so there's two parts to it. It's a nonprofit ed tech organization on the front end. It's a marketplace for Black-owned private tutoring companies on the back end. It is a nonprofit organization full of community programs. So there's going to be programming for travel, for entrepreneurship, free tutoring services for those that have to apply to qualify for it. Different types of nonprofit organization programming that we have in line. It's about 6 different programs that we have offered on the nonprofit side of the house. But on the front end, it is a marketplace, yes.
Yeah. So here's my feedback very quickly that I would give. Focus. And let me just give you perspective. So I have a friend who's been building these solutions, started building a tutoring company, 10 years ago, African-American owned. He's, built a fairly successful lifestyle-related business. It was hard to get to, real capital, real growth, and it was hard to get to raise real venture capital. And he knows everybody in this space. And so he's migrated to being more of a technology platform that is sort of lead generation. He's doing college admissions coaching. That's what he was doing from a tutoring, not really tutoring, but college admissions coaching. But just to give you sort of perspective of it, the marketplace concept is interesting, although what I will say is often Black tutoring companies may not also have Black tutors, right? So, you know, if your whole theme is we want to connect, you know, Black people with Black people to tutor them, that might not be 100% consistent with the ownership of the organization. But, you know, back to sort of focus, I also, you know, I'm looking at investing in a business that, you know, generates 40 to $50 million in just revenue, resume writing, right? And so you can build a very sizable business here in only one of the things that you are doing, but it will take that level of focus for you to really be successful. And if you're trying to do too many things, build a marketplace, cover these products, build these nonprofit solutions, run a nonprofit, not run a for-profit, it is extremely hard for you to be successful doing all of that. So, you know, so identify one thing that you think you can be exceptional doing, nail that one thing, and then iterate off of that.
Sounds good. And by the way, those are two separate entities, FYI, not just one. There's two different companies.
Well, that's my point. I've run one company, and it is all consuming to run a single organization. If you're trying to run two organizations at the same time, I don't know how you do it unless you're, you know, Elon Musk. I don't know how he does it, right? But you know, very few people can kind of pull that off. But I like where you're going here. I think there's an opportunity, but I think you're going to have to sort of narrow the scope a little bit.
Absolutely. Thank
you. Dr. Coleman, do you have any insights to add as well?
I do. I have a question for Jay. Okay. Jay, where do you find your expertise when you are tutoring at the doctoral level?
We have candidates that either come from, that have graduated from universities and already have their doctorates already. Like we're millennial driven, so we're roughly about 37 years and younger. And actually one of the guys on my team is one of my frat brothers who is about 28 years old, has 2 doctorates already. So it's, our talent comes from students who have graduated from universities with their doctorates already, and or individuals who apply to become part of our organization who are very talented in the STEM space, but do have their doctorates.
Okay, because I know there are not that many.
Excuse me.
There's 99 of my colleagues, Black women with PhDs in physics. So I was wondering how easy it was for you to find talent. There's 99 of us, seriously, in the history of this country. So that was one of the questions I had. The other one was more aesthetics. Your slides got a lot of words on them. That's one thing I wanted to say to you also. And the students of color, how you finding your students? Because I know a lot of students need STEM tutoring. They need it at a whole lot at all those levels, from kindergarten to doctorate, if you know they're going that route. So locating students is or is not a problem?
Hasn't really been a problem at all at the moment. Right now, we're very heavy in the social media space. And we also have done a lot of tutoring through, right now I'm based in Dallas, but I'm moving to Atlanta in a couple weeks. And we have a lot of clientele and students from Jack and Jill organization, plus Greeks. I am Greek as well. So the network kind of gets a little wider from that net. And then my background, I didn't necessarily say this, but I taught in the school system for 4.5 years. I was a math instructional coach on the campus level. I was a district administrator for over 7 campuses. And I was also an adjunct professor of mathematics at a university for 4 years. So my education network is pretty good.
Okay. Well, to answer your question, how can anyone help the mission? The mission is good. Everyone wants to help this one mission. This is like the trendy, hottest mission right now. So being able to say you can distinguish yourself from the other, there are like 10 times as many of these types of startups as there are my colleagues, like I said, 99 of us. So being able to say, yes, we are the one you want to reach. Secondly, we offer something that is viable, because I know we all know that price is a problem for a lot of the students that you're trying to reach. And so looking at the focus part, as Ron said, I also believe I have a whiteboard right over here to my right. It says define your mountain and own it. Because I know that we all want to focus on more than one thing because we have more than one interest. But yeah, I'm going to agree with him. Define your mountain and own it. And I had to take my own advice last month. I'm like, okay, what do I really, really, really want to do? I can do a lot of things, but you know, I'm redoing my website right now to define my mountain. My mountain is what I was doing when I was working for other people, doing infrastructure analysis and assessment and all that stuff. So I am now redefining my website, but I can help you by talking to you offline and connecting you with some of my network, because I'm also building a cadre of PhD experts in different fields to help with my online platform. And so we're going to do courses in calculus, pre-cal, quantum physics, chemistry, biology, all of that. So we can talk, Jay, and we can try and work together.
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
All right.
All right.